because of different materials that these tools
so
cut?
This is a 3-flute for cutting aluminum. Extracts chips better, and this coating helps it not stick to the actual end mill.
Nice.
Replacing that, the PVD coated 4-flute. You can see this end mill is center cutting, so you have an offset on these flutes. They're asymmetric, so that center point allows it to plunge straight down into the material if you need. So the 4-flute is nice because it allows you to take a smaller cut more times, so your material removal rate is still pretty high. In aluminum, you can take a heavier cut, so you're reducing that flute count.
Interesting.
We have to cut out a bunch of pockets. It's some pretty hard material here. So we're gonna start out by assembling this shell mill cutter.
Is that anti-seize or is that more like Loctite?
Anti-seize. So there's a lot of thermal expansion and contraction happening. And you want to make sure that even if these get really hot, they still come out.
And so you load your tool in, and what does that actually mean for, like, the machine doesn't know where the tool is?
So the tool now, it knows that in the spindle it thinks we have tool 6. That's not actually the case, so we're gonna go ahead and tell it in here, slot 6 in the spindle. We have tool 21.
And so you tell it what tool it has now, and then that tool can go into the ATC?
Yep, so our next step is going to be into the tool setter. One thing that can be a challenge is this obviously doesn't cut in the center. So you can't just plunge straight down onto this tool setter.
Interesting.
Because these are lower than the center point of this tool.
Yeah. It's going to be like offset to where it is.
And so it's going to actually spin while it's measuring the tool. So we'll touch off initially first. Tool 21, which we just set. We have a really accurate radius that it's measured. And
yeah, to the 10,000th of an inch.
And then those, we can add values here to compensate as we cut. We'll take measurements, and if it's cutting a little large or over time, those cutters will wear out.
Yep.
And then you can adjust that in here to make sure that you're